again we'll go with the next topic today. Before going with the terminologies used in the memory management, we should go yesterday's continuation of yesterday's topic called as fence address, right? Yesterday we have discussed what do you mean by fence address. Fence address is an area where it is going to limit an accessibility of the areas in between an operating system and the user area, so that whatever the space utilized by operating system should not make this utilization, or it should not come and use this user area, or neither this user area should access the addresses of this operating system area. In such a way that the protection was being given. That is what we term it as fence address, right? Now today we will be going with respect to this pictorial representation of the fence address. So here I have written a CPU and physical memory and a fence address, right? Let us go these things with the help of this diagram. CPU is a central processing unit, right? So here an address, whichever this address which is generated by the central processing unit is going to check it. What is this symbol is representing? Robust. Robust, right? What is this purpose of the functionality of robust? It's going to check the decision making, right? Whatever the conditions you have learned in your programming language. So what normally we are using this robust symbol to check the given condition, either it is true or false, right? In similar way, whatever the address which we are generating by this CPU is being checked out with respect to fence address, right? For example, here I have specified the fence address which is ranging from 0 to 499, right? I have written the fence address is 500 and the CPU address generated is 600. This is just an example, okay? This is just an example that I have taken. Let us consider the CPU generated addresses is 600 and the fence address is given it as 500, right? Now let us compare these things by using this condition. Which is this condition? Which should be either greater than or equal to. It is not compulsory that it should be greater than or equal to. Either of it. Either it should be greater or it should be greater or equal to. Fine. Now we can easily say that if this is generated by this address is compared with this fence addresses, 600 is greater than or greater than fence address. CPU address generated is 6, fence address given was 500. As we have mentioned it from 0 to 499 means it is fence address is 500. We are indexing right from 0, right? That's why the total size of that fence address is totally it is 500. So CPU address generated is 600 and fence address is 500. Is it not the CPU is greater than that of the fence address? Yes, 600 is greater than that of this fence address, and that particular case we are allowing that the condition becomes true, and that in that particular cases we are allowing that accessibility of the space to store into our physical memory. Is that clear? Whatever the address generated by the CPU, whatever the address it might be, I have just taken an example as a 600, and whatever the addresses that we are specifying by an operating system that is generated by an operating system which ranges is 500. Normally this address and this address should be less than that of this, okay? And if this is the case, then we are allowing and fixing of that particular process to store into our physical memory. In either cases, if this is not the case and we are saying that it is 400, address generated by CPU is 400 and fence address is 500. At that time the condition becomes false. What do we do? It is not going to fit into this physical memory. Therefore, the condition becomes false. Therefore, we are going to specify there is no allocation of that particular process into the memory by indicating it is error as occurred. Right? Is that clear? So, this is how an operating system area size is specified from 0 to 499. That is a fence address. This is a user area where we are allocating the processes. Let us consider this is one process which is having a size something else which we are specifying. This address is something around like 600. This is 800. This is 1000. Means the storage capacity of each and every process will be of 200 KB of space, MB, whatever it is. It depending upon the process that we are, depending upon the data what it is, right? So in this particular fashion, it's going to check with respect to this. If it is satisfying the condition, it is been allocated into our physical memory, or else it is throwing an error that There is no possibility and fits into this physical memory, right? Now let us go with the next topic called as terminologies used under this memory management. Before going with this base register and limit register, I would like to give a brief definition first with logical address and the physical address. As you have seen, what is that CPU address generated, right? Before that, what is this? Basically, the terminologies that we are normally coming across in the memory management complete unit is logical address, physical address, base registers, limit registers, dynamic loading, and dynamic linking. These are normally the addresses. These are normally the terms which we are frequently coming across in MM, right? That is memory management. Now, what is this logical address? Everyone will be saying logical address, okay? Logical address is nothing but it is an address which is generated by the CPU. Address generated by the CPU is called as logical address, or else it is also known as virtual address. Can you see the address which is generated by CPU? Can be felt? Can be seen? No, because it is present inside. We cannot see it. It is therefore we are saying it as virtual address. Is that clear? The addresses which is generated by the CPU is called as logical address, therefore it is also called as virtual address too. That's why we have written. And CPU address generated was this. What is this is called as at that time? Logical address. Is that clear? Right. What is this now? Physical address. Physical address might be the inverse of this, right? An address which is generated by the memory unit, right? The address which is generated by the memory unit and it can be seen. That is called as physical address. Okay? Address which is generated by the CPU and it is a virtual address which cannot be seen. This is logical. An address generated by the physical address generated by the memory unit and it can be seen. That is called as physical address. Okay, that's why always the which when we are going to compare these things, it will be allocated, means we are going to see that, right? Which we are going to see under one disk. Now which particular process has allocated and what is the process and what is the indexing or what is the address of that process, where it is being stored, everything is being checked out. Like that, you might be aware of this arrays chapter. What is this array? Good. Marked up definition, right? So any elements which is a collection of similar kind of the data, right? Similar kind of the data and it is arranged in a sequential fashion. It is arranged in a sequential manner, right? And which we are giving the indexing number, right? Each and every element stored under the particular area is being supported by the corresponding indexing. What is the purpose of using indexing over there? This indexing is specifying at which particular location, what is the amount of, what is the element that we are storing, right? Normally in array what you are doing, like for example, int a of 10, fine? Int a of 10, what we are defining there? A is an integer, A is a variable of integer type of variable size called as 10. What you are going to define? It means that how much amount of the data is going to store into our memory? It is 10 if you start from 1. If you are starting from 0, 9 element means what is that amount of the time? Why I am taking this example is how that elements are stored or how the process are stored into your memory. How we are doing here? We are going to put an indexing right from 0 followed till 9. It means that at corresponding addresses I am finding it onto my physical memory, and this is the process that I am going to store. In case of my operating system. In case of your programming language, what do you do? A1, A2, so on up to A9. Element is there, corresponding addresses is there, right? This is what, how in physical address, which is being seen. But the addresses which cannot be seen, that is virtual address is called as CPU. Is that clear? Fine. I will be going to the next topic now called as base and limit register. As a name itself indicating, what do you mean by base here? I have written here. Base is nothing but which is holding the smallest legal physical memory address, right? Base is nothing but the beginning you can see. What is the base value? What is the end value? Why we are saying base value, which is the beginning or the starting point of it, right? It is starting point or for beginning point, both are one and the same, which is holding the smallest value. Initially will be always the smallest value, right? And the limit value, what is this limit we are specifying? Normally limit is used for what?
Space evolution.
Well, normally limit specifies the range, the size, right? That is what I have written. Specifies the size of the range that the process is being located. I can say that what is the limit of your class?
43.
43. It cannot extend it to 44. Why? Because the size has been restricted only to this particular thing, right? And the base, it has started from 1 and the limit is 43. It means the storage capacity of your classroom is just 43. Now you got the meaning of it. The base is the beginning, which is holding a single value or smallest value of legal value we are saying. What is the meaning of legal over here? Legal is nothing but appropriate value, correct value. Illegal value means the address which illegal value, the value which is not present in the memory and we are trying to access it. That is called illegal, right? Legal means which is there and we are accessing that, which it is there and we are using it. That is called legal, right? So you want the meaning of base and limit register? Fine. Now you can define here. This is also in figure. Logical address is CPU. Physical address is our memory. And something I have written a base. That is what? Holding an address of single value. Base plus limit means initial value plus the range last value it is holding up. There we are going to compare as similar to that of our fence address, right? For this also I have taken an example here. What is that? What is this? This is our memory, right? This is our memory which is holding a part of this to the operating system. And what is this? User area. In my user area, how many processes are there? 4 processes. I have just picked that 4 processes into my user area. And the beginning base of this address is P1, which is having a value called as 200. And my limit of this P1 is 600. Got the meaning of it? The beginning of that process is 200 and the end value of the maximum capacity of that particular process, it should not exceed more than 600. That is what the limit. Fine. So here base is 200, limit is 400, but base plus limit 200. This base plus limit I have given 200 to 600. Last maximum size is 600. That's what the limit is being specified. At the side I have written limit here. Limit is 600. Base value is just 200. Right. So now we are going to substitute that value and check how it is existing in your memory. Okay. So CPU address generated here. What will be the CPU address generated? Tell me. What is the CPU address generated? 200.
600.
Positive. Base and limit register. So first let us define what is that one. It is initially used so that each process has a separate memory space, right? Each and every process that we are defining is going to allocate an individual memory space. Okay, like for example, we have a process, we have defined 4 processes over there. Each and every process is having a separate memory location. That is what it is indicating, base as well as a limit. Here the base of this process was 200. What is the limit capacity of that P1 process should exceed? Till 600. Means that is allocated to that particular space in the memory. Again the P2 is having a different base value. For example, let us take it as 800. It is just an example, right? P2 I am taking the base value as 800 and I am extending it to 1000. This is the limit of that. Means each and every particular process is having a base value, initial value, limit value, and each is being allocated separately into a memory location. Okay, that is what this meaning. It is used so that each process has a separate memory space. Fine. And next, it is used to define the range and the legal addresses that a process may access. I told you the meaning. Each and every process should have a legal value. The value which is present, it should get matches with the CPU and the base and limit address. If it is not finding out, like the limit itself is 200, if I specify the process value as 100, what does it tell? What does it indicate? It's an illegal value because this address is not found out in the user area, neither in my memory. legal access. Therefore, each and every process that we are defining should have a legal addresses that the process can access. That is what the base and limit register. Now we shall substitute that value by considering the address generated by CPU is 400 here, and that this value is compared with respect to the base address of the first process. 400 is greater than 200. Yes, the condition becomes true, and it is being followed by this checking up of the base plus limit value. What is the base plus limit value we have mentioned here? 400 is this value, but the limit of that process, what is, it may extend till 600, right? This now 400 is less than that of 600. Yes, this condition also true. When this both the condition become true, then only that particular process gets executed or it is stored into your memory. Or else, if this becomes true, this becomes false, what do we have? What does it happen? It simply throws an error indicating that that process is being trapped. Trapped or error. Fine. So this is what a base and limit register all about. Fine. Let us go with the next terminology used called as dynamic loading. Right? What is dynamic loading? Normally everyone will be coming across while doing the programs. Right? Dynamic programming, runtime. You will be coming across this particular word. Right? What it is? Dynamic loading is nothing but the program which we are executing during runtime and we are entering some value. That is dynamic programming, right? You have learned the command line argument. Command line argument in C++. Any values that we are entering during the runtime, during execution time, so that particular term is called as command line argument, right? So fine, if you have not learned it, it's okay. See, dynamic loading is basically used for loading up completely the program into our memory, right? For example, this is a program, okay? This complete program is being loaded up into my memory. Whatever the program is there, the complete whole set of this unit or whole set of the program is being loaded up into the memory. This is what I'm loading, normally the loading. Dynamic loading, how does it happen? Sometimes only the part of that function is being called. Only the part of that function is called and only that particular section is being executed by using a system call. That is called as dynamic loading. Got it? Here I have written a program. P is a program. P1. What is this? You can easily define it. P is a whole set of the program. P1 is a part of it. Right? When P1 is a part of it, means it is executed only when it is called. Right? It is executed only when it is called. Means only it is calling means only that particular part of the program is being executed into your memory. Otherwise, a whole set of the program is being loaded and it is executed. This particular is called as dynamic loading. Is that clear? Fine. What do you mean by dynamic linking? We have loaded the program. We have executed. What do you mean by linking here? Dynamic linking is also very simple. Here I have defined P, Q and M. What are these P, Q? P, Q are two programs. M is nothing but memory. And P is being given a chance to execute means it is being linked and it is executed. If both are dependent upon each other, what do we do? If they are interdependent upon each other. So one part of the program is into the memory, another part of this program into the main execution. This is what we call it as dynamic linking. Fine? So you got the definition of all the terminologies used under the memory management. Logical address, physical address, base and limit address, dynamic loading and finally the dynamic linking. Is that clear?